I've had people ask me about the US-backed billionaire-led opposition party Future Forward and their logo, which is this weird upside-down orange triangle. Western power is driven by corporations and financial institutions. These are giant companies with boards of directors and with shareholders. They have policy think tanks that they sponsor and chair. Those think tanks create policy that is sent to Washington with lobbyists to get rubber stamped by politicians. And it's these Western corporate financier interests that are behind organizations like the National Endowment for Democracy, who are in turn funding the organizations here in Thailand, promoting the anti-government protests and trying to get political parties like Future Forward into power. Opposition parties like Future Forward and opposition leaders like Thanathorn reflect Western interests and eagerly serve them. And when they get into power, they would become vectors of Western interests in Thailand. That said, what is the story with the Future Forward logo? What is this upside down triangle? If we go to articles like this 2018 article from The Nation titled "Future Forward Makes Point with Logo," they say, elements in the logo of the newly unveiled Future Forward Party signify fresh people power, hope, and a new direction forward, co-founder said on Thursday. People power. And that's what they said, and unless we have evidence otherwise, we have to assume that that's what they meant. People power. But I think that's enough to figure out what they really meant with this upside down triangle. Now, if you know Piabut, he's one of the core leaders, founders of Future Forward. He's always going on with this leftist class warfare rhetoric to recruit ordinary people into his own goal of, getting more power and money for himself. And he likes to describe Thailand like this. This is the pyramid of the capitalist system. And you have the monarchy at the top and administrators and the military in the middle, the aristocracy here, and of course, the majority of the people at the bottom working for everyone up above. So when they're talking about people power, they're talking about the bottom part of the pyramid. And of course, the pyramid being flipped over means the king is now at the bottom, if not disposed. And if you've been following people like Piabut for years, like I have, you'll know that his goal is to remove the monarchy and turn Thailand into a republic. And when we look at the mobs in the streets now, it's very clear that that's what the goal is. This picture right here is from their main stage. The core leaders programmed the screen to say that. That wasn't some random person in the crowd holding a sign saying that. That is the core leaders of the protest movement, people who are funded and backed by the US government and people who are openly backed by opposition parties here in Thailand, including Future Forward, Move Forward, Progressive Movement, people like Thanathorn and Piabut and Panika. The ultimate irony here is that they have no intention of actually taking any pyramid and turning it upside down. Future Forward itself is organized like a pyramid. You have the leaders at the top, you have the political party members in the middle, and you have the rank and file of the mob all the way at the bottom where they will always stay. If you look at Thanathorn's family business, Thai Summit, how is that run? Is that run like an upside down pyramid, putting people power at the top? No, it's not. His mother is at the top. Him and his siblings are the main shareholders, and some 20,000 workers are all the way at the bottom where they will always stay. So I hope this video helps lay to rest the mystery behind Future Forward's upside down triangle logo. I'd like to just point out that if they were actually serious about taking, the pyramid that they claim Thai society is and turning it upside down, they should start with their own political party or maybe Thanathorn's family business. But of course, they would never do that. They would never give up that power and wealth. And they most certainly will not, if ever, God forbid, they get into power here in Thailand. And if we remember, it was Thanathorn who put these violent mobs out into the streets in the first place. He was literally leading them himself, and now he kind of hides behind them, encouraging them to continue disrupting peace and stability here in Thailand. And that's exactly what this is all about. It's not about democracy or monarchy reform. It's about holding Thailand's peace and stability hostage until the billionaire-led opposition and their foreign backers get what they want. This is happening in Dindang district in Bangkok. The violent mob worked their way into this area. They were destroying property and they were fighting with the police, and locals banded together to protect their neighborhood.